the topic for today's video is, should I sleep with a with a brace or a sleeve if I have a tennis elbow or a golfer's elbow? Now, if you have pain in the elbow, that is either in the outer aspect, that is your tennis elbow, or the inner aspect of your elbow here that goes into the forearm, that is your golfer's elbow. Now, if you have any of these conditions, you may have come across your doctor or your well-meaning friends telling you that you should use a brace or a sleeve, or maybe you've already tried that. So one of the common questions that get asked when people have a tennis or a golfer's elbow problem is they ask if they can use it while sleeping or at night. Now this is a very different answer for every single person. So in this video, I'm going to give you criterias or conditions in which a nighttime brace or sleeve might help you with your golfer's or tennis elbow problem. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids manage their spinal, that is their back, neck, and joint pain. And I do this with giving them simple exercises, easy lifestyle changes, some hacks, tips, tricks, and of course, some natural remedies that have worked for me, natural non toxic remedies that have worked for me. And well, if you are a mom like me, you're probably looking for the similar solutions, right? So let's get back to the topic for today, which is, should I sleep with a brace or a sleeve when I have a golfer's or a tennis elbow? So before I answer this question, let me just briefly get into this condition. If you have golfer's or tennis elbow, I'm not going to go completely into explaining what these conditions are, but very briefly, if you have, say, tennis elbow, so you have pain on the outer part of your elbow here, so not on the point here, but on the outer bony part, and that pain goes into this aspect of your forearm. And if you have golfer's elbow, you have pain on this inner part of your elbow, and it can go into this aspect of your forearm. It can also go up into your arm and creep into your shoulders and your neck. Now, one of the things that your doctor or your friends might suggest is the brace or the sleeve. Now, the brace is worn on this aspect of your forearm, not on the elbow itself. But anyway, that's a video for another day. So once you're wearing the brace that is sitting here, or if you're one of those who wear a sleeve, then the sleeve is going to go up from about the bulk of your forearm here to the lower third of your arm. Now, these are basically to give support to your muscle. Think of it as a building that is not strong enough to stand on its own. So you need to give it a bit of a scaffolding, a bit of a support while the cement is still setting in, right? So similarly, while you are healing from your golfer's or tennis elbow, you need to have a brace, which will give you a support to your muscles so that you can do your everyday activities. So even if it's in your left hand, you still need to do your activities to a certain extent if you are right-handed, right? If you're right-handed, you still need to do activities with your left hand. So what happens is this brace is worn is usually people are told by their doctors or healthcare professionals to wear this brace throughout the day whenever they're typing, lifting weights, or any activity that aggravates the pain. However, two things. If you're one of those who have night pain with tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, it is a good idea to wear the brace or the sleeve. I had recently done a video about tips on, nighttime sleeping and brace with tennis elbow. The same is applicable to golfer's elbow. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can have a look. There are quite a few videos I've done on these conditions. If you cannot find me on YouTube, just search my name, Swati Prakash, followed by golfer's elbow or brace or tennis elbow, you'll find the video. So yeah, going back, yes, if you are one of those who get this pain either up into your arm or into your forearm or in the elbow itself, try and sleep with the brace or the sleeve, whichever works for you. Some people say that they use a brace in the daytime when the workload on the arm is more. However, they are more comfortable sleeping with a sleeve at night. So you can see which one works for you. The only thing to remember is, if you're sleeping with a brace or a sleeve, don't make it super tight because you don't want to block off the circulation. However, in the night, you're not doing any active work with your arm or your forearm. So you want to be able to loosen out that sleeve or brace. Now, this is a convenience you have when you're wearing a brace, right? Because you can adjust those braces, but the sleeve is just a slip on. So, see what works for you, a sleeve or a brace. But if you have nighttime pain with tennis elbow, you should try this and see if it works for you. Secondly, you should not be sleeping on the side of your tennis or golfer's elbow, as in the affected elbow. You should not be sleeping on top of it. However, if you are a side sleeper and you tend to roll over to the affected side, or if you have tennis elbow, golfer's elbow problem on both sides, and you just cannot sleep on your back and you tend to roll on to either side, it is a good idea to wear the brace or the sleeve, so at least your elbow is in a neutral position and you don't wake up with an aggravation or increase of pain in your elbow or forearm arm area. So these are the two, I would say very broadly, these are the two conditions that I would consider. Firstly, if you have night pain. Secondly, with your side sleeping or sleeping on the affected side. This doesn't mean that you get a license to sleep on the affected side. This only means if you're one of those who roll onto the affected side at night and then you wake up in the morning with more pain, then yes, try using a sleeve or a brace. So if you need to know more about tennis elbow, and you can watch those YouTube videos. But if you're looking for a specific brace or a sleeve, the one that I have used, okay, I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you, and you can have a look which sleeve or brace I have used. Maybe that works for you. Just remember that if you have had more than one episode of tennis elbow, every episode can differ within the same person and the results can differ from one person to another. So this is a trial and error that you have to do. It's not something that's going to harm you or going to hurt your elbow a little bit, like increase the inflammation in your elbow. However, this is something you have to do a trial and error. How tight do you want your brace? How long are you wearing it at night? Are you actually taking it off early in the morning or keeping it on throughout the day? When do you take off the brace? So these are some things you'll have to trial and error, because these are individualized to you. I cannot advise you on this. So I hope this has given you a clearer picture of whether you should sleep with that brace or support like sleeve when you have an elbow that is a tennis elbow or a golfer's elbow problem. Now, if you have any questions for me, do drop them below this video into the comments and I will address them for you. If you have any specific questions regarding these conditions, that is tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, or for that matter, any spinal, that is back, neck, or joint pain, if it is within the scope of my knowledge, I can address it for you. Definitely drop them into the comments and I will try and answer your questions. Alrighty, so if you're watching me on Instagram, you can go to my bio, and once you scroll, once you click on the bio, you'll come to a page, you scroll down, it'll have my favorite resources. You can see the braces and sleeves that I have used. For the rest of you who are not on Instagram, I will leave a link in the description of this video. Alrighty, I hope you guys are having a lovely summer. Well, if you're watching it in the future, you might not be in the summer, but I hope you're having a lovely summer and lovely school holiday.